I'm sorry I killed 5 people, okay? Gary Allen Walker, serial killer. And then his next scene, Lou Diamond Phillips is in this book. I don't know why. He's like 90 years old if you actually track when the book is set. I think I just put him in there because I thought his name was funny. I have nothing against Lou Diamond Phillips, but he's an old bastard in this book. Lou Diamond Phillips took a delicate sip of green tea and admired the new window treatment in his living room. Yeah, and he lives in Grand Rapids too, and comes to LA to do B-movies. Noticing an errant string jutting out of the gossamer maroon curtain, he put down his tea and snipped the string off with a pair of nail cutters. He inspected the curtain for more irregularities, then opened it and looked out the window and clicked his jaw. Something in his front yard, a scarecrow, possibly a human-sized crow. Its nondescript head glowed the glow of a fever dream. The figure started to juggle 5 objects. Lou thought the objects were raw chicken skins, maybe deflated Cornish hens. But when he turned the lights on, he saw that they were something else. He recalled a moment from the set of Interface, his first film, in which he played the role of Punk 1. He had been practicing a complex facial expression when Raji Kale, Punk 3, broke onto the set, drunk and ornery and in possession of 3 dead chickens. He proceeded to juggle the chickens. Eventually, he skinned them with a survival knife as the entire cast and crew looked on in confusion. How old had he been then? 22, 23? Lou left the window and ambled to the front door, choking on a lump of nostalgia. He opened the door. Artificial lightning bugs swam through the darkness, their motors greased and silent. Quote, "When childhood dies, its corpses are called adults." Sir Brian Aldiss, science fiction writer. Mr. Vandermeulen turned to the channel and flipped through the 10,098 station holodecks. Every year he purchased hundreds of new channels, and yet the more he acquired, the less shows seemed to be on, not to mention that it became increasingly tedious to search through the holodecks and try to find something worthwhile. Usually by the time he found a show to watch, it was already over. Tonight he decided to use the I Ching. Clearing his mind, he dumped a canister of yarrow stalks onto the carpet and sifted through them. He constructed a hexagram and asked the blow-up Lao Tzu doll what it meant. "Kun," said the doll. "There is no water in the lake," the image of exhaustion. Thus the superior man stakes his life on following his will, no blame. When one has something to say, it is not believed. Stroking his chin, Mr. Vandermeulen contemplated the judgment. The holodeck spun like a roulette wheel and he made a selection. Channel 14,901, USA, Ubermensch Sitcoms of Americana, 8. The Will to Shower, starting time 4:04, duration 404 minutes, current time 4:04. Excited by the synchronicity, Mr. Vandermeulen focused intently on the wall screen, sipping a dirty Manhattan. He turned off the TV 36 minutes later. The Will to Shower was unsatisfactory. So were most of the shows on USA 8. They all featured ridiculously mundane Spanish protagonists in ridiculously mundane situations, sometimes fictional, sometimes non-fictional, who had to overcome being ridiculously mundane in some way. In The Will to Shower, the protagonist had to overcome a severe case of hydrophobia, fear of water, and enter a shower to wash himself. After the opening credits, this goes back to your shower comment, pop songs and sketcherals, the camera settled into an extreme close-up of the protagonist's pockmarked face. His expression changed slightly every 10 to 20 seconds as he considered what to do. Now and then he said something in Spanish or German. Aside from a few gratuitous penis shots, this accounted for the bulk of the action in the sitcom. Mr. Vandermeulen had seen the episode before and knew what happened in the end. The protagonist turned the shower on, stepped in, began to clean himself, began to whistle the theme song for Irish Spring Soap, and abruptly melted like the Wicked Witch of the West into a gory pool of green roach-infested slime. The protagonist suspected the water had been deathly acidic all along. Not a bad climax, but not worth the wait. The wall screen folded into a small hole in the wall. The hole in the wall spit out an animated science-fictional version of René Magritte's painting Golconde. Identical neo-bourgeois men in face masks and jetpacks fell onto a Fritz Langian metropolis like raindrops. Mr. Vandermeulen stared at the painting and sipped his Manhattan at deliberate intervals. The phone rang. Mr. Vandermeulen said pick up before the first ring had elapsed. Hello? Hello, sir. How are you this evening? Telemarketer, but Mr. Vandermeulen didn't have anything else to do. Fine, he groaned. That's nice. My name is Brent Bowtie. I'm calling on behalf of USA 8 to ask why you changed the channel during the will to shower after watching only 36 minutes of the show. What? Brent Bowtie introduced himself again, told him what he wanted again. Mr. Vandermeulen sat up in his chair. What? Brent Bowtie repeated himself. Who are you? I'm Brent Bowtie. Brent Bowtie? That's me. That's my name. You're calling me because I changed the channel? You changed it. Brent Bowtie. Dead air. Mr. Vandermeulen said, are you watching me watch TV? Of course, sir. Somebody's watching me watch you, too. And somebody's watching him, and so on. I'm right outside your house in a van. There's a bigger van parked behind me. There's an even bigger van behind that one, and so on. We all have telescopes. Do you understand? No. Mr. Vandermeulen looked out the window. That's okay. The point is we want to make sure our viewers are content. More importantly, we want to make sure that they don't change the channel during one of our shows. So again, I'm wondering why you changed the channel during the will to shower. Did you not like the show? You didn't see anything. There was an overturned tricycle in the street, but no vans. No, I didn't, and I didn't change the channel. I turned off the TV. Oh, do you not like TV? Dead air. Well, let me ask you this, if it's not too much to ask. Why did you turn off the TV? Did it have something to do with the show? Yes. It did? Yes, it did. Oh, no. Brent Bowtie began to cry, and the line went dead. Quote, there is no happiness without tears, no life without death. Beware, I'm going to make you cry. Lucian Staniak, serial killer.